We are not Drake, but you are looking live at the Let's Not Do This podcast. Sitting alongside Scotty Too Hottie, you got the big O, Leon Oliver. How are you, sir?
Oh, good, good. Recovering from the weekend still.
It was,
Not
it
really, but
was
I
a hell of
was
a weekend.
feeling rough Friday.
Yeah. You know, the more I listen to that, the intro, you made a nice little intro there. It's got a nice little beat to it. Maybe you have a future in this hip hop game. Hopefully, they don't release any videos of you like Drake, though.
Yeah, once upon a time, that was my goal was to go into something music wise. But
Okay. I thought you were intimating that your goal was to release a video like Drake. I was like, we can start a Scotty OnlyFans. We can do that. I think people might
sorry,
actually.
I'm not disconnected. I'm trying to send Chris this link
Well,
to
he's
get in.
also touched in the head. So, the third member of this triumphant one, smokestack Chris over there is probably finishing a pack of Newports right now or something somewhere. So, who knows? But
Wow.
we got a good show lined up for this evening. We'll talk a little bit about Super Bowl, Super Bowl 58, Las Vegas Chiefs and the 49ers. We got some NBA trade deadline stuff to talk about and some weird off the wall stuff that we always get into as well. But before Chris shows up, Scotty, you and I went on a little adventure last week. I just thought about it. The first time it was just you and me ever went on like a trip.
Yeah, you don't have to make it sound gay, but yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, we went to Charlottesville. We saw old Theo Vine at the John Paul Jones Arena. It was a hell of a
Yeah,
night. Pretty good show.
yeah. He again, his stand up isn't as good as when he's just shooting the shit, but it was still pretty good. We had the suite, which I've never had before, so that was pretty nice. Just kicking back and having all your food and beers just right there. Yeah, it
Looking
was nice.
down upon the unwashed masses, very Romanesque for me. I felt like Caesar Augustus on top of there. I'm quite accustomed to the sweet life. I will not go to a concert or a indoor sporting event unless I have a suite. Now that is my decree. So yeah, it was old hat for me, sir. But I'm glad you enjoyed your first time being amongst the privileged.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah,
Thanks for the old hookup.
I didn't yell down, make way for the privilege, just the way I usually do. Um, figured I'd save that. Figured I'd save that. Maybe next time. We'll see. But
I did enjoy turning on the Virginia women's basketball game and screaming "Go Hokies!"
yeah, 'cause for the 8 people in America that care about women's basketball, not counting Caitlin Clark.
Well, we were in UVA land, so it made me laugh.
Once again, I digress. No one cares about women's basketball. But
That's
speaking
not
of no
true.
one caring, no one cared if we lived or died after that show either, because we thought we were hot shit, man. And we went out. It's been a long time since I've gone out in a college town in search of booze. And yeah, it felt very old. I've never
Yeah,
felt so old in my life.
yeah, I definitely like couldn't drink anymore. Not that I was so messed up. I was just like so tired. I'm like, I can't do this. I had like 3/4 of that last beer. I didn't drink. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I did put you through the paces of drinking with Leon. I think I drink a 12 pack in the suite by myself. I know I finished a couple beers for people as we were scrambling to leave. I had some shots. I remember we wound up. We hit a couple bars. I had beers there. I remember I bought you some beers, and I think I drank a cider at some point that night too that someone gave me. So yeah, it was not your typical night for me, but it was maybe a little bit heavier. But these kids don't drink anymore, man. We go to have these bars around Charlottesville, and like half of these kids either don't have beverages or they're just no one was out either. I know it's a Thursday, but
yeah. It was pretty lame. But speaking of lame, hey, there he is.
it looks like a sex toy that got returned. Like,
Wow.
yeah,
Do you want to keep it
That's
like this?
Yeah, yeah. And you can see his ugly mug and his former career at Domino's behind him there. He actually still works. Um,
Hey,
yeah,
Domino's paid for this house.
there we go. Well, there's
All right, so like this or like this? Which way?
yeah, keep it like that.
Okay.
If you look closer, you can see the spider mites in Chris's beard. Some might call that hook or craps, whatever you want to call them. But Chris, we were just regaling our trip to Charlottesville, and Scotty
Oh yeah,
finally
how was that?
amongst the privileged. I welcomed him to Sweet Life.
How was
It was
the
nice.
show?
Yeah.
Show was great. We saw a couple people get kicked out, which I still don't understand paying what you pay for a comedy show to then like talk shit and get thrown out.
Yeah, that's
I didn't
great.
even see them get kicked out. I thought he was joking around.
No, they got escorted out. They were asked to leave. And they said during the show, like toward the beginning, when the opening acts were on, like don't yell out things. You know how some people are like, "Oh yes, girl," or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, especially now because the you have a lot of the guys going viral, like Andrew Schultz and them doing crowd work and Matt Rife and guys like that. So now
Yeah.
people think that's what you're supposed to do.
And then you got these people too. They're like literally, they were like the first or the second row, so there was no way they weren't going to like throw off timing and stuff like that. You know.
Those are expensive ass tickets too.
Yeah. Well, not as expensive as our tickets, but you know.
I think the first row might be
Yeah, it's
well,
way
maybe
more
for what
expensive
we got it for.
per seat. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so they were kindly asked to leave. And then we went out drinking afterwards. I tested the limits of Scotty's liver, and he did survive. He did survive, but we discovered that we're old as shit, Chris. When's the last time you were drinking in a college town?
The last time we went to Charlottesville?
Okay, well, yeah. It's totally different now. And I'm the old guy walking around. I remember this bar was here, and I got drunk here, and I used to be the man here. And everyone looks like they're 12.
Wow.
Every place we went to, he was like, "Yeah, this used to be the spot. I don't know what happened."
Literally Thursday, and no one's out. And there's certain schools that are like bar schools, and certain schools are like house party schools. Virginia has always been kind of like a mix. Like you got the corner right there. A lot of people think it's a bar school. A lot of great off-grounds parties and on-grounds parties at Virginia. It's kind of a mix. Like something like Carolina is more of a bar school, in my opinion. Franklin Street's much better than the corner. But yeah, no one was out. It was completely fucking dead on a Thursday night.
Was it cold?
It was cold, but I mean, they never stopped.
Wasn't
Terrible.
Well, I mean,
You're old.
she had to get in the
I
car.
knew y'all were coming.
When Chris was in college, he had to get in the car, drive to the community college, get out, go to the air conditioner repair course that he failed, get back in the car to smoke, then drive home. So that was his college experience. So
I
it wasn't
spent
traditional.
a semester in Norfolk, and that was fun.
Did you live? Well, clearly you did live, but did you get shot?
No, they're not getting shot.
The first person to go to school in Norfolk without getting shot. Congratulations! We should give you a trophy for that. But let's not get shot trophy. That's what we should.
How far is Wesleyan from Norfolk? Not that far.
15 minutes. That's a crow flies. Well, we were in a better part of town, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I digress. So anyway, we're old. Going out drinking with us is, I guess, no longer fun for these college kids. Something that's not going to be fun. Well, it's not fun for me. Was NBA. I guess the trade deadline was today.
Yeah, it was a little lackluster. No big names.
Yeah, it was underwhelming. The Knicks did get a couple guys from Detroit, Bogdanovich and Alec Burks. Buddy Hield went to the 76ers.
Buddy Hield is still in the NBA.
Yeah.
Didn't they get
Still playing great.
14 years ago?
It's been a while.
He was one of those guys where it was like VCU kept going up against the best guard in the country every year in a tournament. He was one of those guys. Yeah, like Trey Burke and then Buddy Hield, and it's crazy. Very underwhelming trade deadline. Buddy Hield was maybe the best player. Am I forgetting somebody?
Hayward.
Yeah,
Let me
I
ask
think
you.
Buddy Hield is better than him. Pat
Now,
Beverly
but
going to the Bucks
yeah.
might be a little interesting just because they hate each other.
Let me ask you an important question because I saw where a conspiracy theory where like last week LeBron was wearing a Knicks towel and people thought he was sending a message. Apparently, he didn't get moved. The Lakers didn't make a move. Uh, Sometimes contributor to this program, when Michael Biseglia hates the Knicks with the passion of 1,000 suns. Did he do anything today that's going to make Mike lose hair? Is he going to lose sleep over the Knicks possibly winning a championship?
No.
Okay.
The Knicks got better. The fact that Embiid is, we don't know if he's coming back. I don't know if the Celtics, if they get some injuries, then maybe the Knicks could have a shot, but they'd probably get beat in the finals. But no, it's probably going to be Boston or Milwaukee coming out of the East. The Nets did make a move. Who did they get? I know
R2D2.
they got rid of Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah, they got rid of Spencer Dinwiddie, Royce O'Neal.
Royce O'Neal, Iowa State that's like scared to fly.
No, that was
That was
Royce White.
Royce White.
yes, Iowa State. Yep.
Yeah. But that's the craziest. Can you imagine being a fucking professional athlete? Imagine being a college athlete, especially in like this world of conference realignment, and like you're scared to fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
I've never
find
been
the
on
Nets
a
guy.
plane. I want to be, but money.
Well, Chris, if they had a class beneath coach, that's
Put me in the luggage.
they might put you in the cargo with like the dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
One thing I
know
did
that.
enjoy from the trade deadline was Detroit waived Killian Hayes, whose career highlight is punching Mo Wagner in the back of the head when he wasn't looking. And that's it. So good for him.
There was a player, and I forget who it was. I was looking at Outkick the other day, their screen caps column, and like there was a player, this is like in the 90s, and their rookie card in the NBA was literally them getting the shot blocked by Shaq. Shaq is literally blocking this guy.
Yeah,
back
it
up.
was Terry Cummings. I posted that.
Okay, yeah, Outkick had that up too. That's the worst card
Yeah.
of all time.
Chris just like saying Cummings.
It's the only time he comes. God damn it! I miss our soundboard. All right. Well, that was the NBA. The 8 people that actually watch that league are thoroughly impressed with my lack of knowledge. Well, something I do have knowledge on: Super Bowl 58, Las Vegas. Which, by the way, have y'all seen the weather in Vegas like this past week?
It's been cold, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been like cold and rainy. Even in Phoenix at the or Scottsdale or whatever the hell it is at the Waste Management.
They get that giant storm that's shut down LA pretty much.
The atmospheric river. Yes, they got the remnants of that thing. So it's funny seeing all the sports writers like, I didn't think Vegas got cold. Yes, it gets cold in the desert at night. And yes, it does rain. And it has snowed in Las Vegas before. And we're not just talking about cocaine at Aria.
Did they get the pro-life Spider-Man off the spear yet?
Yes, the pro-life Spider-Man that climbed the spear was apprehended.
Good name.
I think he had like a $4,000 bond or something like that, I want to say. What law did he break? Is it against the law to climb?
That's a private building, isn't it? And Dolan owns that thing, so.
James Dolan, the guy that owns the Knicks and the Rangers? Well, I'll be fucked. Okay.
Yeah. The Sphere is owned by MSG, I believe.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, but literally, what law did he break? Could you maybe trespass him? I guess. I can't say that word.
You can't. You're endangering yourself and other human beings, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess if you fell off,
Okay.
fell on somebody, yeah, they're dead.
Couldn't you say
you would need pro-choice Batman in there to save him if you fell.
maybe Magneto can shoot his ray beams and pull him down or something? Okay, but you're endangering yourself, right? What if I go
and others?
What if I go rock climbing? I could fall. I could take out 2 or 3 people on the way down. I'm endangering myself and others. Look, I'm
But
a
they're
big.
set up for that.
I can
Why
start
are
a-
you playing devil's advocate for this fucking moron who is climbing up a building?
I'm just saying, like
He probably could have damaged the building too.
I mean, if that building can't take a 120-pound guy climbing up it, what's he going to do when there's a hailstorm?
Did they get hailstorms in Vegas? I don't know.
I just assume there's a hail of gunfire every night somewhere. Probably, I don't know. Look, it was a mob town. I'm sure there's some bodies somewhere along the way. Maybe when they start digging for the A's stadium, if that does ever happen, they might find some bodies. You never know.
Yeah, what's some of that? Did the Vegas mayor say that he thinks they should stay in Oakland?
Yeah, the mayor apparently came out and said that the team should stay in Oakland. Essentially, shitted on their plan that was too grandiose and it was weird. And the A's are so bad off right now that they're doing buy one get one tickets for opening day.
Oh,
Yeah, if I was a mayor, I wouldn't want the A's coming to my town either. The worst organization probably now in sports. They're so bad that they made a movie about them losing in the first round of the playoffs. They didn't even win a playoff series, and they made a movie about them. That's how bad they are.
Hey, that was
are you upset that nobody's made a movie about the Orioles?
No, I don't need a movie about my team.
well,
It's coming now.
you might get one because what John
Nobody makes a movie about good teams that are just good.
remember the Titans?
The Blind Side.
Yeah, Coach Carter.
The Blind Side. That team wasn't that good, I don't think.
They
Coach
got-
Carter, they
I think it's
hadn't
a
won a
state
game.
championship, didn't they?
Yeah, I never saw Coach Carter. I just
No, I said good teams that are just good. Like no redemption story, no like come up. Teams that
Okay.
are just consistently good.
well, I mean,
Nobody's
Glory,
making a movie about that.
well, Glory Road was the first black starting five in the NCAA, and then the whole racial thing. So okay, yeah. I guess no one's making a movie. I guess about the 49ers in the '80s. I guess
Space Jam.
Space Jam. I've never seen Space Jam.
What?
Yeah, never seen. Just never.
Why?
It just
I
never.
haven't seen the remake. I haven't seen that.
I haven't either.
Most of America hasn't seen the remake. But
Gavin said it was terrible.
checks. So yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Gavin says it's terrible, then yeah, no thank you.
Oh, he's our Roger Ebert.
Yeah.
Well, he's a
For
kid. I'm assuming
cartoon-
that's who that was made for.
cartoon basketball movies. Yeah.
Well, I might actually watch Space Jam rather than watch the Super Bowl Sunday because this is the least interested I've ever been for a Super Bowl in my entire life. And it's not even just because of Taylor Swift and the Swifties. I'm just so burnt out on Kansas City, on Patrick Mahomes, on Travis Kelce, that team, that organization. I'm just so burnt out on them. It's like when people get burnt out by the Patriots. I'm feeling that about the Chiefs.
But we still watched.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're still watching. And I'm going to complain, but I'm going to watch. But I hate San Francisco as a city, too, so I don't want them happy. So really, it's just I'm really rooting for – you've seen The Dark Knight, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I need Bane to make an appearance. Someone sign Hines Ward for one day, and let's get Bane out there, and let's just swallow this fucking thing and get it over with, Maybe Al Davis comes back from the grave, and maybe before he lets the Chiefs win the Super Bowl in the stadium that he tried to get for 40 years, maybe that's it. Al Davis comes back, and a hole opens up and swallows both. Because remember, the Raiders and the Niners, a little bit of a rivalry there. You got Chiefs, Raiders. Al Davis is going to come back and ruin this game. That's my prediction for the Super Bowl.
He's good at ruining things, so
Why does his son always wear a white jumpsuit?
Why does he?
to take away from his face and his haircut.
Yeah. Why does he have a bowl cut?
I mean, like, you're the Raiders. Like, you have the greatest color combination in sports, the silver and the black, and you wear a white jumpsuit. He's like an
might be
elderly
racist.
stormtrooper.
Can I hear that?
What was
That
that?
might be
Yes.
racist.
That's fine. I can barely hear it over you. So
What, he just needs a hood now.
he only wears white.
It's pure. Maybe that's it. Because the Raiders were always like, the swashbuckling bad guys in the NFL. Like that was always your last stop in the NFL, like in the 70s, the outcast. Maybe that's why he's wearing white to a little switch it up. A little what's the word I'm looking for? Contrast. Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
Biggest word Chris has heard all day. All right. By the way, what's up with the tint on your camera? You look like you're like in like one of those 1970s. What are those things that Ryan? Like,
I don't have an overhead light, man. All I have is a desk lamp in here.
It's his lighting.
Yeah,
your lighting's not all that great. His lighting's better than yours, Leon.
What?
You look like a POW right now.
I would be an ideal POW. I would not spill any secrets, and I would drive my captors nuts. You can't.
They wouldn't bother with you.
It's just like we got to feed this fat fuck. Double tap. I'm not getting the John McCain Hanoi Hilton treatment. I'm just getting the double tap, and then it's all over with. But then they got to bury me. So figure that one out.
They just let you. They just leave you in a pig pen and let the pigs take care of you.
Yeah.
They got to eat those pigs. That's like a byproduct of cannibalism. Think about that. It's not good. It's not good at all. All right.
Bacon's bacon.
Jesus. All right. Well, let's get to the Super Bowl here. I'll start with you, Scotty. Your thoughts on this? Are you excited? Did you care about this game? Does it feel the same as the Super Bowl usually does?
I mean, yeah. I guess I'm as excited as usual. I mean, I kind of like both teams. I've always been a Mahomes guy. I know you don't like him because I guess he gets too much exposure. But
it sounds like
I've always but did you see when they asked him to do an impression? That's one of the few things I saw from Media Week. They asked him to do an impression. He's like, I think I'm doing one right now. Like with his normal voice. But I kind of feel about this game like I felt about last year's Super Bowl. I thought the Eagles were the more complete team, more talent. They didn't have any big weaknesses, but I just thought Mahomes and the Chiefs and the experience were going to come through and beat them. And I feel pretty much the same way about this one. The 49ers or the deeper team, the more complete team, not a whole lot of weaknesses except for Chase Young. But I just think, the Chiefs, Mahomes, Kelsey, all them guys that have done this before, I think this would be a learning experience for the 49ers. I think the 49ers can win. It's going to be a close game. I think it's a toss-up, come down to the wire. It's going to probably take one big play to sway it either way. But I think the Chiefs are going to make that play. And Brock Purdy, I think he's a good quarterback. I don't want to keep hating on him. I think he's made comebacks in both playoff games this year. But this is a Super Bowl. You're going against Mahomes. He's played pretty bad in the first half of both playoff games. You're not going to be able to keep getting away with that, especially against the Chiefs. And his biggest play in the playoffs went through a defender's hands, bounced off his helmet, and bounced right to Brendan Ayuk. So again, he made the comeback, but there was some luck involved, and I just think I think he's going to make a turnover or two, and the Chiefs are going to win a close one.
My favorite thing about that play was, this is gone mainstream if it reached me. The Kings, I guess, were hosting the Pistons, and they were doing the Pistons starting lineups. I think it was yesterday. They kept running that play over and over on the video board, and then they had like a little tiny corner of the board showing the footage of like the starting lineups for the Pistons.
That's funny. The Pistons beat them now.
Though they got the win, so
yeah.
But all right, I agree with a lot of what you said. They're wearing that awful commandos or whatever they want to call themselves. Polo. Are you the new offensive coordinator?
No, that'd be one Cliff Kingsbury with our new head coach Dan Quinn, and we just got Brian Johnson, the Eagles' old offensive coordinator, on staff. So we're going all in on whoever the quarterback's going to be, because that's what Kingsbury and Johnson are supposed to be, like quarterback whisperers or whatever. So
maybe you could trade for Kyler Murray and just keep him away from Call of Duty.
I'm hoping for Caleb Williams, your guy.
We'll see. Well, I'm sure they'll be blowing up the whole thing in like 3 years and starting all over. Christopher, you're also a fan of the Comanches. Your thoughts on the Super Bowl?
I'm along the same lines as Scotty. I think it's going to be a low scoring game, probably 17-14, maybe 20-17 or 16 or something.
Really?
Mahomes is the difference. Yeah, both defenses have been super red hot. Offenses haven't been dazzling. So I don't think the Chiefs are going to give up a ton of points. I don't think San Francisco is going to give up a ton of points, and I don't think either one of them are going to make that many big plays. Neither team is built to make giant plays. So Christian McCaffrey might get loose for one, but I think that's about it. You might get a couple 20-yard catches from Kelsey, and then the drive will probably stall or kick a long field goal. I don't see it being a high-powered, high offensive game like it was in, 2020 when they played?
I think it was 19. Yeah, it was 20. Well, yeah, it was the 19th season. Whatever, 2020. Yeah.
So I think these are two completely different teams than they were. And, I think it's going to be low. I think the Chiefs edge it out. They got the better head coach who's done it. We've seen what Shanahan's done in Super Bowls. So that's it.
Chris is riding with Kansas City. So we know that San Francisco is going to win because I'm on Kansas City here as well.
God damn it.
All three of us.
Look, you give me – last time I saw it, it's San Francisco -1.5. So if I get Kansas City at plus money with this team that's been here, that's done it, this is old hat for them. You know, they've all been through this. Andy Reid. I look at three areas of this game that I give an advantage to Kansas City. Obviously, quarterback play with Patrick Mahomes versus Brock Purdy. I give a quarter edge in coaching as well. And I mean, let's face it, Shanahan's been on the opposite side of this thing a couple times. It's got to get in your mind a little bit, especially if they get a lead, like he did with Atlanta. I'm not saying they're going to get that big of a lead, but you get a lead, maybe you start thinking about what happened last time. How does it affect your play calling? Do you go too conservative? Do you go too aggressive and turn the ball over? I think there's to be something said for that. And then I think special teams. If it comes down to kicking, Moody has been a little erratic here and there. And Harrison Butker, not his best season, but I give him the edge there kicking wise. So I think Kansas City wins this game. I think it's like 31-21. It's actually what I did bet was 31-21. I think they win comfortably, but it's never like really in doubt. It's kind of like that Duke Carolina game the other week. Where like you knew Carolina was going to win. It was just a question of by how much. Duke would make a little run, get back in it, but it was always going to be like a 10-point lead or something like that. But it never felt as close to what the score was. I feel like that this Super Bowl is going to feel like that. Don't be surprised if like San Francisco scores early, maybe scores the first touchdown, and then Kansas City comes back and just kind of keeps them in the arm's length the rest of the game. In my opinion, the only way San Francisco can really win this is if they follow that pattern that the Buccaneers did. Where remember Tampa just had so much pressure on Mahomes and just harassed them so much in that Super Bowl. And Kansas City doesn't hold the ball long. They get rid of the ball quick. And especially they don't have Tyreek, that big play over the top. They do a lot of misdirection, a lot of dinks, a lot of dunks, a lot of, taking what the defense gives them. So they get the ball out quick. And getting pressure is going to be big. And I don't see it. I don't see them being able to affect getting a ton of pressure. I know Joe Daly looks like he's probably not going to play for Kansas City, but still, I like them. I'll take them 31-21. So that pretty much dooms their fate, which makes me happy because then Taylor Swift is sad.
You're picking that score because of the psychic on Hard Knocks.
Yes, the mentalist.
Picked 31-21 for the Jets over the 49ers, but he was talking to Hardman, who's now in the Chiefs.
Right.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the most popular. The over-under is 47.5, and I'm pretty sure the public's probably bet the over, and the number's not moving, so that tells me that they think it's going to be – they want people to bet that over 47.5.
Are you
I think it's
guys
going to be Right.
No, I was going to say, are you guys betting any props? Like, is there anything you guys are looking for? Like, I don't think there's any legal
I haven't.
like national anthem and stuff like that and all. But are you doing anything like that?
I haven't dove in
Probably
yet. I did pick the lowest scoring quarter to be the third quarter at plus 225.
Not terrible.
Listening to the radio, the Chiefs have given up 6.8 points a game in the second half, and San Francisco is right around 8 or 9. So second half scoring not going to happen.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to get all their points in the first half for you, Leon.
I forget what the line was on this, but I did see for a non-quarterback to throw a touchdown pass. I think I might sprinkle a few bucks on that. I feel like Kansas City's going to have some sort of gadget play, toward the goal line. And I mean, even San Francisco, Christian McCaffrey, or even Debo, like maybe in the round or something like that to throw. But I feel like we could see some kind of cute razzle-dazzle where a non-quarterback throws a touchdown pass. So I forget what the exact odds are on that. I haven't put it in yet, but I think I'm going to dive in on that in this game.
I will fade the fuck out of you and see if I can find a non-quarterback to throw an interception.
Which, by the way, is like the dumbest thing in all of sports. Like, you always see it. They do look in the round, especially college. And that receiver that used to be a quarterback in high school, this is my chance. I'm going to throw it. I'm going to throw it. It's like, bro, it's not there. Just run out of bounds, pick up 1 yard. No, I'm going to throw off foot, cross body, in a triple coverage.
Yep. You get one throw in your career. You're not throwing it out of bounds.
Then you're pretty much cementing why you're playing wide receiver, not quarterback. Like, yeah, but
I haven't made any bets in the game yet because I have futures on both teams. So I'm trying not to get too crazy because I'm going to make a profit either way if I don't just go crazy and lose all my other bets. But I'll probably end up betting. You were talking about Butker. I'll probably end up betting over 1.5 field goals for him. And I do like so a couple of years ago, it was the Rams. Who did they beat in the Super Bowl?
It was Patriots, wasn't it?
Was it?
No,
it was Rams Bengals.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, cool. I had Beckham first touchdown, and I had over 2.5 players to just throw a pass. And there was like either a halfback or wide receiver pass to Beckham in the end zone. So I was going crazy, hit like 2 bets at the same time. But I'll probably bet that again, just over 2.5 players to throw a pass. Haven't seen the odds on that yet, but I'll probably do that. I'll probably go with the public, which I don't typically like to do, but over it was 12.5 rushing yards for Brock Purdy. I feel like he should get that in the first half. And I'm going to go back to what I did in the AFC Championship game, over 4.5 rush attempts for Mahomes. I hit that on the kneel downs. I think he's going to be Chase Young's going to miscontain a few times, and Mahomes will get some rush attempps.
Chase Young?
What? Kyle Juszczyk has a over-under of 0.5 for receptions at minus 155, I think it said. I just looked it up. Minus 155, so that seems like easy money. He's going to touch the ball.
Kyle Juszczyk to vulture a touchdown probably isn't bad either.
And what is his over-under for receiving yards is 4.5 at minus 115. So
I would take that.
Parlay that. Yeah. Parlay the over 0.5 receptions and over 4.5 yards. Should come close to even.
Also,
there.
Brock
Purdy to throw an interception. I don't know what the juice is on that.
Without a doubt. Yeah. That's just a given, and that's what's coming. Now, obviously,
I think Kittle's going to have a good game too, so maybe look at Kittle.
These aren't things you can bet in the legal U.S. market, but I am intrigued by total TV time for Taylor Swift.
Ooh.
I am also intrigued by how many times we hear about Juszczyk's wife and her fashion brand, especially if Taylor shows up wearing something that she made again. That might just cause TVs to melt all over North America.
I like it.
Yeah.
Do y'all bet the coin toss?
No, I'm not Pat McAfee betting 30,000
I've won it.
coin toss.
I've bet it the last 2 years, so I think I'm going to sit it out. Because chances are I'm not going to hit it 3 times in a row. So I think I'm going to retire from the coin toss.
Tails
Tails
never
never
fails.
fails.
Boom.
That's why I'm not going to bet it because Leon's on the
Public's
same,
on his.
same side.
Yeah.
Well, that I mean, let's face it. It's the only time that Chris gets heads is when he says that. So, yeah. All right. Well, will both of y'all make it through the whole game?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I got too much shit going on. I got bets in my football pool, and yeah.
It depends on if I'm here or hanging out with Scotty, to be honest. I probably will. If it's especially if it's a low scoring game, I might just fall asleep.
Ooh, Scotty,
I don't think I didn't make it. I didn't make it through a single football game this year without taking a nap.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's
I'll be my
Football's
parents, so I'm
not
not.
my thing anymore. So
what you think? Pokemon cards now?
no, I don't know, man. I'm tired all the time. I'm old.
Are you finding yourself? Are you transitioning?
No.
He is transitioning to an elderly person. We can find you some transition help. We'll be okay. We'll be all right. All right. Well, I think I'll make it through. It depends on how early I get into the bourbon. I got some good shit. So we'll see.
9 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm not going to come tearing around like I usually am this year. I'm just not feeling it. Maybe it'll wake up and it'll hit me. Maybe the Super Bowl spirit will hit me. Maybe
you wake up and start drinking anyways, no matter what day it is. So
well, there is rugby this weekend. There is Six Nations. Go England. So my rule: if there's sports on, you can drink. So I do get up early to watch my Premier League and my Bundesliga, and now we have Six Nations as well. So
Reminds me of Shane Gillis has a bit about his dad, how he's an alcoholic, and he said every time he goes over there, it'd be like a Monday night, and he's drinking. He's like, "Dad, you drinking?" He's like, "Yeah, football's on." He's like, he'll go over there on a Tuesday. He's like, "Dad, you drinking?" He's like, "There's no football on."
action, baby. Which this is also a very sad day because the real football ended in the conference championship games. The Super Bowl isn't really about football, unfortunately. It hasn't been for a while. But we know that football's gone. Yeah, we have the UFL or whatever, but we'll see. The UFL is like it's like someone taking you to Outback Steakhouse after like you've been eating really good steaks for a long period of time, and then someone takes you to Outback. That's what the UFL is going to be.
Speaking of which,
yeah.
We got to find me a new team. My team didn't make the cut.
Where were you? The Orlando Sexual Predators?
Might as well have been the Guardians.
Oh, Guardians. That's right.
Yeah.
The Orlando Predators. What did the arena team?
Nashville.
No, that's hockey. I think the Orlando Predators were in the arena football team. Wasn't they like Jay Gruden?
Yeah.
That checks out.
I think so.
That checks out.
Yeah.
After that video of him outside a bar on the sidewalk with a young girl, that checks out.
Him and Urban Meyer. I want to get together an all degenerate team. It's like Jay Gruden, Urban Meyer. Let me get Larry Eustace. I know he didn't coach football, but let me get Larry Eustace. Let's get Art and Kendall Browse. Yeah.
Rick Pitino, Bobby Petrino, Vince McMahon, apparently.
Will Wade.
Hey, Will Wade is coaching his ass off at McNeese State right now. If NC State ends up firing Kevin Keats, then Will Wade should be the phone call. He won't be, but he should be the phone call. That son of a bitch can coach. Just give him the bag. Just give him the bag. Yeah. Funny story about Rick Pitino. So when that whole trial was going on with him, I had Matt Jones from Kentucky Sports Radio on to talk about that. And I knew he was going to troll because he's a Kentucky guy, It's going on with Louisville. I had my finger just hovering over the dump button like the entire interview that we were doing live with him. Funny guy. And I think he's a lawyer, just like Clay Travis. But he knew the line and how to take it up to the line, dance with the line, but not go over the line with the things that he was saying and the jokes that he was making. That was a good time. And now I go from Matt Jones to talking to you guys with a fall from grace.
Like Matt
All right.
Jones.
Who?
No, Matt
Quarterback.
Jones isn't he the Sunday host on ESPN radio?
I don't know. I don't listen to ESPN radio. But he's at Kentucky Sports
from-
Radio.
Yeah, yeah, that's him. It's
Yeah,
him and Myron Metcalf.
Yeah. I didn't
Good
know he was on ESPN. Interesting.
I love it. He's fun.
All right. Well, transitioning away from the Super Bowl here, Chris, I saw this story. I'm sure you didn't read it because you can't read. Number one. Number two, you never read the prep. Number three, you just are lazy. But
I glanced at the rundown when I got home from work today.
you claim to be going to the gym. Is that still something that's going on right now?
Yes.
And
I'm going after this.
you're not just jerking off with a shake weight in the corner, like doing the whole shake weight thing.
Half of that
I'm
shirt.
going.
I really shouldn't have made that motion on the camera. No one.
Oh, I didn't see it. I had a different screen up. Damn it.
But,
I'll rewind it.
all right, so you still are going to the gym. This is still a endeavor that's going on.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Still got about 12 pounds to lose.
I'm going to go ahead and take that pound and make it stone. And I forget what stone is compared to pounds.
I actually looked this up like last week.
Stone? Is it stone?
Yeah, I was watching something there. They were talking about what people weighed in stones. A stone is 14 pounds.
Ooh, I said 15.
Oh,
Look at me.
Yeah,
So
I got
yeah.
1 stone to go.
Look at me. Scotty, were you watching like British dating shows or something? She's 6 stone.
I can't remember what it was.
Okay.
Some
Well-
British something. I don't know.
Well, this gym called Doherty's Gym. I don't know if it's owned by Matt Doherty, who is arguably the worst coach in Carolina basketball history. So he's my favorite coach in Carolina. But apparently, this gym has 3 locations in Melbourne, Australia, and one in Perth, Australia. They have told patrons that filming on tripods will no longer be permitted, citing concerns about privacy and safety. So, Christian, your excursions to the gym, have you come across this? It's mainly girls filming themselves working out. Have you seen this in your?
It's the giant dudes who lift really heavy shit.
Really?
They're the ones with the tripods. Yeah, he's probably 6 foot, probably 350. Fucking carries his tripod around everywhere he goes and films himself picking up heavy shit and putting it back down.
I've always seen on the videos, it's always like the chicks and like
Of
the
course.
skinny-
Yeah, because you're not seeking out dudes who go to the gym to watch their workouts.
Well,
You fucking perv.
apparently you are. Did he, Chris? Did he hurt you?
No, he's a nice guy, actually. He's helped me out a little bit.
Scotty, he's a nice guy. He helped him. Well,
He met him in the sauna.
yeah. Was it Fans Towel? Wait, come on, Scotty. You know damn well the gym that he goes to doesn't have a sauna. It's like a
We actually we
It's like
we do
broken
have a sauna. We got a sauna, hot tub, pool.
you go to like the Magic Johnson Cinema gym, don't you?
I go to
Is it
American Family.
Arboretum? No.
But you just dox
gotta-
where you go. Now we can all go and watch you work out.
There's 13 fucking gyms in the Richmond area. It's fine.
There we go.
They
All
don't
right.
know which one I go to.
Okay, so what's your take? Does it annoy you as a gym goer when they get the tripod out? Do you get out of their way?
Yeah, I get out of the way. I don't want to mess up their shot, but I don't care. They're not bothering anybody.
Scotty, I know you're probably not the biggest bulk lifter guy, but what bothering you?
Right before COVID, I had a membership and was going a couple times a week. That didn't last long, but I mean, I guess it wouldn't bother me. I guess it just depends on how crammed the gym is. Like if you're in the way, I mean, I don't care. Like I said, I wouldn't want it on me. I guess it depends on where you have it.
It would grind my gears. It would chat my ass.
Well, Leon, you have to go to the gym for it to bother you. So
Oh, no. Listen, I paid for a gym membership for 2 years, and I think I went there like twice. All right.
and
No,
you went for the bar.
yeah, once was to go upstairs to the bar. Yeah. I have gone to the gym before, tossed water on me, and then gone to the burger restaurant next door. And like, oh, I've worked out. I've really busted my ass.
I've gone from the gym to the bar before.
Yeah. No. I just skipped the gym and went to the bar that was next door. You know, toss a little water on your face, make yourself look a little flush. Really, you got some bison meat sitting in you, you know? No, this would chap my ass, man. Like, I don't want to be on anyone's like video. You're taking up space. I feel like there's a certain expectation of privacy.
Yeah, I guess that's true too. It like depending on how you have it set up and where it's at.
Yeah, like especially I will say this as a bigger individual, you get a little nervous about going to the gym anyway. So like, what if I'm in there and I'm like, trying to do some machine? I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm struggling, and then all of a sudden, Brutus over here is filming himself, and I'm in his shot. Or heaven forbid, it's like one of the girls, and they're like, "Oh, he's looking at me," and I was like, "No, I'm like literally trying not to die," and why my mouth is open.
That's not the way it goes.
Yeah, we got a comment here.
Hi, Carla.
Hi, Carla. How are you?
That is my mom. She's excited for the Super Bowl. She'll probably win all 4 quarters on the Super Bowl pool.
Hey, your mother makes a very lovely football party hosting spread, so I'm sure you'll be eating well.
Didn't know where you were going with that, but thank you.
Sure,
appreciate that.
She's a saint. I don't know how you came from her, but it's okay. She's a saint. Yeah. All right. Well, the tripod would drive me nuts. It would. But I digress. I guess with 2 against 1, I lose this one.
Most people will ask you, like, if you're in the shot, they'll ask you if you mind being in the shot. They won't film until you're done being in the shot. So there is etiquette around it, and most people are conscious of people who might not want to be in the video.
What if can I like make a kind of this industry of maybe like going around and getting in people's shots and then like charging royalties for that, especially if they're posting it on like, I don't know, some kind of weird gym OnlyFans account or something? No. Like if you're charging $9.99 a month and maybe there's like chicks watching, Fabio lift weights, now I'm in the background, I feel like $1.99 of that $9.99.
Why don't you just have a no camera section, Chris?
Yeah. Look at him.
He's thinking.
He looks like if Gen Z built the Easter Island statues, like. Yeah.
He's back.
I'm back.
So a no gym section. I mean, a no camera section. Well,
right.
Maybe no. I feel like the camera people
or a camera section.
Or the minority. Yeah, herd them over there. Give them like the broken squat rack and stuff, and like let them yell all the time and stuff. Chris, I'm surprised you go to a gym that has a sauna. I really thought you would be at like the Magic Johnson cinema of gyms. I really pictured like one sweaty towel getting passed around, like maybe instead of wiping down, you use someone's sock or something.
Do you go outside and smoke in between workouts?
No, I smoke before I get there, and I smoke when I leave.
Have you ever smoked while lifting?
No, it's illegal.
What about at home? Have you ever curled while smoking? As opposed to these 16-ounce curls that I'm doing right now.
I probably have done that in years past. I don't have any weights currently, so at the house.
Well, you know what? Can we let's not do this fundraiser to get Chris some weights?
I don't need weights at the house. I go to the gym.
That's where he meets his men. All right. Well, I don't want to take that from you. If you want to meet that guy in the sauna afterwards, and he was real descriptive about him too. Did you notice that?
Yeah, he knew his weight, his height. He said he was ripped.
Estimation. I didn't say he was ripped. He's just a big dude.
No, Chris got ripped.
Oh, he meant big in a different way. Okay, we got you. What's his? Can we ask his ethnicity?
He's black.
Ooh.
So we knew what he meant by big.
That might be racist.
Well, yeah, well, that's definitely racist. All right, one more, and let's get the hell out of here.
Are we gonna make our picks? Did y'all already make picks? Other picks?
No,
we just did the Super Bowl. No one wants to hear my college
Chiefs.
lacrosse picks.
Chiefs was my pick.
Yeah, I'm taking Chiefs money line.
Yeah.
All right. Well, huge boxing match tonight. I'm gonna get this out in before we
Just tonight.
transition to the next story. Yeah,
All right, I'll
Teofimo
make my
Lopez.
2 picks real quick. I'll just spit them out. No analysis. UFC Joe Pyfer to win by knockout, and then I have the Bucks money line tonight. So those are my
Who's
2
that guy
non-NFL
fighting?
picks.
Never heard of that guy.
Father
Jack
Time.
Manson. So
Okay.
Joe Pyfer is like a guy like they're trying to make a prospect. He's got a good backstory. He was like,
Okay.
I think Dana White like got him an apartment because he was like basically homeless or something. But yeah,
Oh damn. All right, but yeah, Teofimo Lopez on ESPN, free TV tonight. I got him by KO, TKO, DQ plus 165, and then I also got Max Griffin to win his fight, UFC this weekend plus 135.
Okay. Well, shit, I might as well go ahead and dive in the pool here. I got 2 coming from NCAA lacrosse. Tomorrow, 4 p.m., Carrier Dome. You got John Galt, his Syracuse Orange, taking on Manhattan. I'm taking the Qs minus the 12.5 goals. I am a little concerned about fatigue because they did play Friday, Monday, and now they're playing again Friday. It's like the 3rd game in like less than a week. But Qs should roll as they try to turn that lacrosse program around. So I'm taking them minus 12.5 goals over Manhattan. And
that
then,
lacrosse fatigue will get you. I don't know.
That's a huge line. That's a huge spread in lacrosse.
Jaspers are not good. Jaspers are not good. And then on Saturday, if I can scroll down to it here, I'm taking Villanova plus the 4 on the road at Penn State. I think that'll be a little bit closer. Villanova money line is plus 340 right now, but I like the Cats going into Happy Valley. I think they'll keep it close. They'll lose, I think, but I'm taking Nova plus the 4 Saturday at Penn State. NCAA lacrosse, baby, catch the fever.
Wahoo!
Yeah.
College baseball starting next Friday. Virginia, big lacrosse match Saturday, taking on Michigan. So there we go. All right, last story before we get out of here for the evening, because I have.
Please tell me it's the story I'm hoping it is. The one I actually clicked on.
I don't know what you're
I don't
hoping.
think it's a story so much as a topic.
Now that my page reset on me, what do you think of this, Scotty?
I thought we were going to do the movie tropes.
Correct. As a reset. So
it's not really a story.
Yeah, well, Super Bowl's over.
I thought we were going to talk about the girl.
What girl?
The one that broke up with her boyfriend and had sex with 22 guys in 10 days.
We can fit both of them. We can fit both of them real quick.
She did.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Or 22 times.
Start with her. Girl breaks up with her boyfriend. We don't need a ton of background on this. And then proceeds to bed, 22 guys in 10 days.
22 in 10 days. That's
and then in the TikTok, she's like, I think that's probably going to be my final number. I don't think I can I'm about to go catch a flight. I don't think I can fit anybody else in between now and then. Jesus, girl.
Wow.
Listen, that girl, there's still, if she can get up to the cockpit, there's the pilot, there's the co-pilot, maybe there's a male steward on there. Maybe they
hold the pit
on the plane.
Yeah.
He's going to the cockpit, hold the pit.
Yeah. Maybe there's the guy in row, in 4F, maybe he's ready to go. I don't know what she's flying to. Maybe she's flying the Super Bowl this weekend. If so, that body count's going way up.
So she did this to get back at her ex or her boyfriend or whatever?
I think so, which I've never understood that. I am going to.
If you like 1 or 2 guys, okay, maybe, but 22, he like. What are you
That's
showing him? He's
insane.
like, oh, I definitely made the right choice.
Maybe she's going to go work at the Chicken Ranch brothel. They're offering free services to the winning team after the Super Bowl. Maybe that was like her. Maybe that was spring training for her. Maybe that was training camp to go to the Chicken Ranch.
And Garoppolo probably wishes he was back with the Niners.
Maybe that was her NIL deal. You know, like she's going to get NIL from the Chicken Ranch. Can you get NIL from a brothel?
I don't see why not.
They probably have a prohibition against like booze and sex and stuff.
Oh, Daryl's on.
Maybe. Uh-oh.
Brothel, he shows up. All right. Well,
I'll show his comment, but I think he's probably drinking.
What's up, Daryl?
Alrighty.
great awards have never been spoken, sir. Thank you. That is.
Oh yeah, we know Leon appreciates that.
Oh yes. All right. So yeah, 22. Chris, would you date this girl? You ran into her later in life.
She's not ugly. She'd probably have to be pumped full of antibiotics before I would go to dinner with her. Yeah.
You know, that's the World Health Organization was talking about like disease X like a couple weeks ago. That's where disease X is going.
That's where it started. Yeah.
Right there.
In her vagina.
And Corona.
I wish I could make that the episode title, In Her Vagina. So
We can change it.
So dudes for her. I wonder how did they break up, because I didn't put this in the rundown, but I saw a story where Pizza Hut is doing goodbye pies, where you can break up with someone this Valentine's Day with the
Really?
That would be the only way that I would ever want to be broken up with ever again.
I was looking at it the other way around. Like maybe if somebody got guys that dating a fat girl, and you just send her like a meat lover's pizza and like a note, hey, we're done, but go ahead and get started on this. You know, that's a very Tony.
I would have loved for that to be the way I got dumped. Just give me a pizza and send me on my way.
I mean, Chris, the ones that dump you, usually there's a restraining order. They usually end up getting macing you. There's usually firearms.
Instead, I got a metal water bottle thrown at my head.
Hey, Tony Soprano got a London Royal thrown at him once in an episode of The Sopranos. So, you know, at least you can reuse the water bottle when the steak hits the floor. You're not eating that. Scotty, would you want to get broken up with via
That's second rule.
What?
Would you want to get broken up with via pizza?
There's worse ways. Yeah. Give me the pizza.
I knew a girl. Well, I didn't know her. I know of this story of a fraternity brother who was hooking up with a girl, and this wasn't the girl that he was proud to be hooking up with. And
She was a moped.
Pretty much. The brothers were coming back, and he proceeded to break up with her and then push her out of a first floor window, but was a little bit elevated off the ground to get her out of the house. So he could at least sent her.
Assault. Yeah. Hope she got an edible arrangement after that or something.
Like he threw her out like DJ Jazzy Jeff. You know what I mean?
Allegedly, we don't know.
Allegedly.
We weren't there.
Sorry, was that's not a thing. All right, well, we got that girl, and then one thing I want to get to is movie tropes. Now that the Super Bowl is about to come and about to go, see what I did there? There's also a gas station out west called Come and Go, KUM.
It got sold. They're rebranding.
Really?
Yeah.
There's one in Colorado, right before the Wyoming line. Come and Go. I've been there before. I did not come and go though.
You just went.
Yeah, pretty much. They had good gas station snacks there though. It was nice. It was no Buc-ee's. It was nice. All right, so movie tropes. We're probably going to start watching a lot of movies and stuff now, kind of re-emerging in the world, and the football's about to be over. And I saw this thing on Reddit. It was like, what are the things that drive you nuts about movies? And I guess I'll start. one thing that drives me like absolutely batshit crazy when I'm watching a film is like when a couple meets in like a restaurant and they order drinks, they order food or whatever, inevitably they get into a fight. And it's always like 95% of the time it's a chick that gets up and leaves. And there's like a T-bone steak, there's a nice glass of wine, all this stuff is on the table. You just walk out. You're not going to eat that food?
You would be thinking of the food and alcohol.
Yeah.
It's already been ordered. Waste not, want not, my friend. It's already been ordered. Or in the morning, the kid comes
She
down.
wasn't paying for it anyway. She doesn't care.
Oh,
No, you're talking about the guy.
no, the guy isn't walking out. If I'm not walking out, I'm paying for that steak. I'm going to eat that
I
steak.
thought you were saying, like, why is the guy just not like box all of it up and take it?
Well, he could box it up. We never see that. Or the people that like order a drink and then they leave before the drink ever comes. It's like you just wasted booze. The kid that
Somebody
comes up
drank it.
in the morning and like mom's made like this big huge breakfast, like pancakes are stacked up to the ceiling. There's bacon. There's this. They take 2 sips of orange juice. They
Yeah.
have like a piece of toast. I'm late for the
Yeah.
school bus, and the bus is always going beep beep, and like they're trying to run out. When has a bus ever beeped for you?
My bus left me
When
one
is-
time.
Yeah. When is
We were walking
my
up to the
mom
bus and
ever
he just
made
pulled
a
off.
fucking grandiose breakfast?
Damn.
Nobody does that during the week. It's
Hey,
a weekend thing,
look,
if at all.
maybe she got some sugar the day before. You never know. You never know. She was feeling good, Carmela Soprano style. You never know. All right, what drives you nuts? I know, Chris. We can't talk about those movies that you watch. The movies that we can talk about. What grinds your gears? What trope are you tired of?
I hate the bad guy who's the center of attention and people have sympathy for him. Like Tony Montana.
I know one
Fuck
of
that
mine.
guy. Fucking weirdo.
It's like every movie now too. Like the villain has like some
Yeah.
backstory where it's like, oh, well, I can see why he's
He's
the way he
sympathetic.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. You're a terrible human being. Go fuck yourself.
His parents died in a snowboarding accident when he was 7. That's why he's all
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why he eats people. Oh, I get it.
Lovable.
What?
I'm a lovable criminal. Tony Montana, Tony Soprano, lovable criminal. I like those characters.
Tony Montana was not a lovable criminal.
He was funny.
Right. Well, even if you liked him, they didn't try to make you like be sympathetic to him. And that's what they do in the movies now.
Tony Montana was just like, hey, this is kind of a cool guy. Like the way he talked and how he behaved. And like, this was kind of like a guy like, okay, this is my 80s Miami. You would run into this guy. You would want to hang out with this guy. He had the girls. He had the money.
Coked out weirdo.
Talking about friends here. All right. Scotty, what
I got 2 of them here. My first one is just about every movie you'll ever watch or a show at some point. You'll see like a couple, or it doesn't have to be a couple, just like multiple people getting out of a car, walking up to a house or a building. And right before they walk up to the house, they're like, so what are we doing here anyways? It's like, didn't you just take a fucking long ass car ride? Didn't you set this up? Didn't you have a conversation about this? Or you're waiting until you get up to the door to ask them, why are we here? What is this? That for some reason, and now it's going to bother you too every time you see it.
Yeah.
It's like you take a whole entire car ride, like you're not talking in the car, and then they get out the car. All right, what are we doing here?
If I could tag team onto that, and of course they're always able to park right in front. There's always a park. No one ever has to look for parking in a movie.
And a lot of times it's one parking spot, and it's right there.
Yes, you go to a restaurant in New York City, you're going to go, put a hit out on somebody. You go to a restaurant in New York City, you just roll up, and there's one spot right in front of this Italian diner, so you can go and pop Jimmy Bags or something,
That should be half the movies in big cities. They're just trying to find parking. All right, my other one is action movies. Again, probably almost every action movie, the protagonist, when he's fighting like a group of people, they all just come running at him. They don't throw a punch, they don't throw a kick, they don't block, They don't put their head. They don't move. They just run into punches and kicks.
Yeah.
Just, like even the Matrix. The Matrix is supposed to be like computer programs that like know how to do everything, and even like the agents are supposed to be these scary guys. They run into Neo. They just run straight ahead and just get hit in the face one by one by one.
Chris brought up a good point for the first time in his life there too. They go one by one. It's never okay. All 6 of us are going to hop on this guy at once. No, it's always
Right.
okay,
Right.
whoop my ass. Now he's going to whoop my ass. Now he's going to whoop your ass. And it's never like, hey, let's all gang up at once. He can't take us all.
Yeah, it's like guy 50. This one's going to be different, and he just runs up. And then if they do throw a punch, it's like super telegraphed. He like brings his whole arm and just swings it over his head. Yeah, and the guy just ducks. Yeah,
Texas Ranger was the worst.
Oh.
Literally, he goes into a warehouse. There's like 16 guys, and they're all just waiting for their turn to be like roundhouse kick to the face. You know,
They all have machine guns and they don't use them.
yeah.
That was my show, though. I fucking love that show.
drop this gun and fight you like a
So
man.
much fun.
Your Timberland has broken my nose. Shit. You know?
And they just
Yeah.
stand there with their hands to their sides while he does the slowest spinning kick in the world. And then they do the little flip in the air. It's
No,
brilliant.
Like even Karate Kid, Johnny Lawrence, the original Karate Kid, when he does the crane kick,
Yeah.
he has his hands up and he literally just pushes his face forward and gets kicked right in the face. No defense. Karate black belt champion.
It's like when there's a chase, like when 2 guys are chasing each other in like cars, when you're like beating and banging into all kinds of stuff. These cars have been totaled like 12 miles ago, but they're still
Oh, yeah.
like, you know, there's a Mitsubishi Eclipse that like hit the side of a school bus and it's still going down the highway. And there's never
Yeah, the
cops.
tires already fallen off.
There's bullets flying. There's cars wrecked all over. There's never one cop car. No one ever calls. There's never a cop around. It's always like these 2 guys are driving down the highway, beating the shit out of each other in a Prius. Never a cop around. Never.
Yeah.
And then somebody gets
Because
shot and then
they're
they
too
can't
busy
get to the
extorting
hospital.
people.
And then the bad guy gets shot, but he can't go to the cops or the hospital. So
Yeah.
he just like tapes it up and he's hurt for like 2 days, but then he's fine after that.
He calls the vet to
Yeah.
get them to make a house call, pull the bullet out.
Good call. Or you get the bad guy that's finally about to be caught and then tells like all of his plans. Oh, no, excuse me, the bad guy that's about to kill the hero and then tells the whole plan. That's why, Chris,
Oh,
we're going to shoot this ray gun at the sun and blow everyone. It's like, then you miraculously rescue yourself and like thwart me. And I just told you my entire plan. Like,
you just made me think of another one that really pisses me off is then like the good guy gets captured in almost every movie and he's always tied up somewhere. It's like, why didn't you just kill him?
Yeah.
To me, it takes away from their greatness or whatever. If you can just get caught and tied up, like you lost.
you see,
Like, they just
Casino
fumbled,
Royale,
basically.
right? The Bond movie.
Probably.
There's a
I've only
scene-
seen a few of them.
Daniel Craig's been caught. He's Bond, and he's tied to a chair, and he's naked. And the villain's got like a rope, like a thing tied to the end of it, and he's just swinging it back and forth. And it's basically hitting him on the underside of the ball sack. And
Oh,
Craig is just laughing and grinning, and come on, I got an itch right here. Hit me again, like trying to psych him out. I'm sitting there like, why wouldn't you just shoot him? Why
Yeah.
wouldn't
I'm gonna leave you in this room with one security guard. You'll never get out. It's like,
that security guard is always like the equivalent of Chris. I guess he's the guy that you can leave behind. It's like the extra guy. It's like, we don't care. We don't really need him. Well, you know,
one guy left behind.
yeah. It's like, oh, inevitably Chris takes his 17th smoke break of the day. And, he's like, oh, can I get a cigarette? He goes to hand it to him. The guy stabs him in the throat with like a paper clip or something. And then he gets out. Yeah. Chris, you would be that guy. You would be that expendable security guard. Maybe that could look for your acting career. Expendable Security Guard 7 would be your first credit role.
I'll take it.
Oh, you took it in the sauna by
Took something.
Janarius or whatever its name was.
Okay.
Jesus. Hit the button, Scotty.
That might be racist.
All right. On that note, let's go ahead and wrap up this unfortunate train wreck here. Scotty, where can you
That's
find the monstrosity of a podcast?
Find us on the socials: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
YouTube.
Always forget one.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not do this podcast. The YouTube link here. Please go subscribe to that. No, it's free.
YouTube and
comment,
Facebook.
all that stuff. Yeah.
Facebook and Instagram. Hopefully soon Rumble if I can figure that out. But we'll see. All right. On that unfortunate note, I will we'll see you next week. What are we gonna do without football?
I'll survive just fine. There's UFC every Saturday for the next month and a half.
The college lacrosse extravaganza next week.